Pratigna. This is Umashankar, All India IT Coordinator. Welcome to JEE Max season number 2. And through this season, we are completely concentrating on a particular chapter, very, very important for both the mains and advanced. After complex numbers is 1. And today, we are concentrating the De Moivre's theorem of the complex numbers. This is lesson number 56. So far, successfully, we have completed 55 lessons. And my friends, please don't forget to check the description there. I am providing all important information regarding previous lessons and all. And of course, in 56th lesson from integrated textbook, we are now concentrating very important problems, problem number 7 to 9. See the questions very carefully. 7th question. Zk is equal to cos 2k pi by 10 plus I sin 2k pi by 10. Okay, Z1, Z7, Zk equal to cos 2k pi by 10 plus I sin 2k pi by 10, where k equal to 1 to 9. Then prove that mod of 1 minus Z1 mod 1 minus Z2 mod 1 minus Z9 equal to 9. That we have to show. But something has given wrong. Actually, this question they have asked in one of the JEE advanced examination also. By looking the question itself, immediately you will get the idea. So this is the 10th roots of unity. So consider this one, because it is a polynomial of degree 10. And automatically it has 10 roots. Let the roots be 1 comma Z1 comma Z2 etc etc Z9. That means total 10 roots. 1 comma Z1 comma Z2 etc etc Z9. Total 10 roots. So I have written this as conveniently as a polynomial equation. And if I had divided with Z minus 1, and by dividing Z power 10 minus 1 by Z minus 1, I can get 1 plus Z square and so on plus Z power 9. Put Z is equal to 1 over there. So 1 minus Z1 into 1 minus Z2 and so on 1 minus Z9 equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus total Z power 9, that is 10 I can get. Take modulus on both sides. Mod Z1 Z2 is equal to mod Z1 into mod Z2. You apply this funda, you will get this as the answer. Clear? But in a textbook it was given as the answer as 9, but be careful, its answer was 10, not 9. They have given this as a matching problem in one of the advanced examination also. So, as an independent problem also, it is very, very important. Coming to question number 8, see, if alpha is a non-real root of x power 6 minus 1 equal to 0, then show that something. So, it is what? This is the business of some, what is called sixth roots of unity. And if sixth roots of unity, and we know that if alpha comma, if 1 comma alpha square comma alpha cube comma alpha power 4 comma alpha power 5, they are the sixth roots of unity, then sum of the sixth roots of unity is 0. So 1 plus alpha comma alpha, 1 plus alpha square plus alpha cube plus alpha power 4 plus alpha power 5 equal to 0. And moreover, alpha power 6 equal to 1. So my alpha power 5 plus alpha cube plus alpha plus 1 equal to minus of alpha square plus alpha power 4. So you take minus alpha square common and you write this as alpha square plus 1. So my answer is alpha power 5 plus alpha cube plus alpha plus 1 by alpha square plus 1 equal to minus alpha square. Very simple. Just here I have applied only one funda. That is what? If alpha is the sixth root of unity, then alpha power 6 is equal to 1. And moreover, if alpha 1 comma alpha square and so on alpha power 5 are sixth roots of unity, sum of the sixth roots of unity is 0. Just apply that fundamental, you can get the answer. See, if you want it, you can also prove the problem like this. Okay, this is also another method to get the result quickly. So Z power 6, we know that Z power 6 minus 1 equal to Z minus, just like in the previous question. And if you have divided on both sides with Z minus 1, this can be factorized like this. Put since alpha is root, alpha power 6 is equal to 1 and sixth roots of unity is 0. You apply this and you will get the answer very easily. Clear? Now, coming to 8th problem, and this is somehow the tricky problem. What is given? Alpha is the nth root of unity and we have to show that. So let S be. So it is also what? Just like an AGP, which we have solved in our previous video, we just gone through that. The same technique here again I am going to apply. Because all the first terms in the given summation are in AP and all the second factors in the given summation are in GP. So now multiply on both sides with alpha and you subtract the term like this. 1 alpha plus 2 alpha square plus and so on plus n alpha power n minus 1, sorry, n minus 1 alpha power n minus 1 plus n alpha power n. Subtract. This is the technique one should follow. And based on this technique only several times questions were repeated. Then the same problem. So 1 minus alpha into s subtracted. So this becomes 1 plus alpha square plus and so on plus alpha power n minus 1 minus n alpha power n. So this is sum to n terms, that is alpha power n minus 1 by alpha minus 1 minus n alpha power n, you can get it. But alpha power n is equal to 1. So alpha power n is equal to 1. So 1 minus 1 by alpha minus 1 minus, okay, and this is alpha power n is equal to 1, that is n. So finally I got what? Minus n. So what is my s? Therefore my s is equal to minus n by 1 minus alpha. So the same technique which I have adapted even in our for solving other question in the previous video, the same methodology here I am applied, I got the result. Now coming to the next beautiful question and somehow the different question. 1 comma alpha square alpha cube alpha power n minus 1 are the nth roots of unity. Of course, if they are nth roots of unity, then alpha power n is equal to 1 and 1 plus alpha square and so on plus alpha power n minus 1 equal to 0. These two are the facts. Okay. But please try to understand the given problems. There immediately you can get an idea. What kind of idea? Here also I have applied the same funda which I have solved in previous questions. So consider this is a nth degree polynomial, and since these are the roots, I can express this into the factor form like this. And if I have divided the equation on both sides with x minus 1 and put x is equal to 3, automatically you will get the first answer. Got it? This is the technique, please practice. This is the technique, because whenever 1 comma alpha square and so on alpha power n minus 1 are roots, this is a polynomial equation. Therefore, I can write in the factor form like this. And what to do? I have divided on both sides with x minus 1 and I replaced x with 3. I got the answer. Sometimes you may replace x with 4 and sometimes you may replace x with 5. You can imagine several different types of questions. Now coming to the second question here. Here, sigma r is equal to 1 to n minus 1. You expand that. That means 1 by 2 minus alpha plus 1 by 2 minus alpha square, 1 by 2 minus alpha cube. So, if it is equation number 1, if I have taken logarithm on both sides, then that means log x minus alpha plus log x minus alpha square plus log x minus alpha cube and so on plus log x minus alpha power n minus 1 equal to log x power n minus 1 minus log of x minus 1. This is. So now what I am doing is, now differentiate on both sides with respect to x. If I have differentiated on both sides with respect to x, it means 1 by x minus alpha plus 1 by x minus alpha square plus and so on 1 by x minus alpha power n minus 1 equal to, this is nothing but nx power n minus 1 by x power n minus 1. This is minus 1 by x minus 1. Now what to do? Put x is equal to 2. Put x is equal to 2. You will get the answer. So whenever 1 by something has given for you, immediately in your mind, with experience only you can get these ideas. Nothing to worry. And these are all the linked problems and linked with the previous chapters also. This kind of questions in general very, very important for advanced type of examination. Okay, see. So what I did, I have taken this, take logarithm and differentiate and put x is equal to. I have taken logarithm on both sides and differentiated on both sides with respect to x and substitute x is equal to 2, you get the answer. Now, if you like this video, please share and subscribe my channel. And please don't forget to press the bell icon. There you will get the continuous notifications, and we will meet with the